going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ways of the Sith. Thank you so much for taking time to check out the channel. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on X and Instagram at Ways of the Sith. So back with more Black Series figures. I knew these were coming. If you watched my last video with the Clone Wars wave, which I'm calling it the Clone Wars wave, I can't keep track of the numbers of the waves. So I'm just going to call this Ahsoka Part 2, and the last one, the Clone Wars wave, just so you guys are aware, even though I know Pre-Viszla is in here, and he's considered a Clone Wars figure. But I got these from GameStop. They showed up early. There is one more wave of Black Series due out this year, and that is the Balin and Shin wave, and that should be arriving sometime around December. So after that, I will be all done with Black Series for the year and on to 2024. And so far, from a lot of the releases for 2024, it looks like Hasbro is going to save me a lot of money, because so far all they've revealed is really nothing but repaints. But I'm really excited for a lot of these figures, so let's take a look at all of them. I wasn't planning on picking up the Grievous, but I did see pictures of it. It looked really awesome. The only one I had was the all-white Tarkovsky clone one. I never had the original Grievous, so I wanted something more in his like proper color scheme, especially now having the Magna Guards. I thought this would look really cool, especially because it's all battle damaged. It looks kind of awesome. So let's take a look at all these and check them out. All right, since I started talking about Grievous, might as well knock him out first, because this is going to be the quickest review for him. We've already had other versions of this figure. This is the same figure, just repainted with different shades and a little bit of battle damage on it, which really looks cool. He is part of the Gaming Greats line, I guess, because this is his look in Battlefront 2. I never played the second one, so I'm not quite sure of what he actually looked like in that game, but this looks awesome. He's number 25 in the Gaming Greats line, and let's get this open. All right, so here is a look at Grievous outside of the box, and again, pretty much the same figure we've already gotten. It does seem like, so they didn't make tweaks to the figure, but it does seem like they did do something with the legs. These legs are much, much tighter. Maybe I just had bad luck on the other one, but my Tarkovsky one fell over all the time. So this one does have a little bit more balance to it. It's able to stand. It's not like tilting back or falling over. I do have the white cape that I'll probably throw on this one from that Tarkovsky one. But overall, I think it's pretty cool. It's a good look. It'll look great on my Clone Wars villain shelf. No surprise, I'm going to do the Inquisitor first out of this wave, because the Inquisitors are my favorite. I still don't think, though, we got any clarification as to if Marrok was an actual Inquisitor prior, or he was just Night Sister magic that Morgan, like, put in the armor that she found. So still not a clear-cut answer on that, but I am planning on putting him in the Inquisitor display. I will probably repaint this whole figure, because already, just from the way this looks in the box, I'm not a fan of the paint job and the applications they did. The colors are all off. He did not have gray armor. He had black armor, and this rust only really appeared in the one episode, like right before he died. Prior to it, his armor was like, had some nicks and scratches on it, but wasn't rusted out like this. So I really don't know what promo shots they used. I'm guessing that's probably the promo shots they used was from like the cockpit, because that's when that red light really made it look rusty and gray, and I think that's what they went for. So let's get this open. Let's take a look. All right, so overall, he is a really good looking figure. He does feel super gummy, though. Compared to like a lot of the other Black Series that have been coming out lately. I'm not sure what buck this is, if it's a new mold, if it's just the overlay over the top of a previous mold that we've gotten, but this is like, his legs and ankles feel super gummy. Like the thighs feel solid, but the knees down and the arms are like very soft and pliable. I'm not sure if that's intentional, so you can get him in all kinds of poses or what, but like I said, the armor definitely needs a complete repaint, because these colors are all wrong. And I like the rust like on the black. That looks cool, but I don't know what they were thinking when they did the armor and the coloring on that, because that just looks really, really bad. It kind of looks cool on the helmet, but again, not gray armor. He had black armor. So yeah, gonna have to repaint this one. I will, like I said, put him with the Inquisitors. Maybe I'll pick up another one to put on the Ahsoka shelf, but for now, he's going to join the rest of the Inquisitors. All right, next up, let's take a look at Hera Syndulla, and this is another one I was really looking forward to getting. I probably will pick up a second one of these. I did end up picking up a second Sabine and Ezra just to keep in box, so I'll probably do the same with Hera. Probably just like the main Rebels crew. I have the Rebels figures still in box, so I thought that would be a nice way to have these and the Ahsoka figures, you know, together in a wave. But I really like this. It's a nice upgrade. It looks good. I saw some people get like bad face prints, so just be on the lookout for that. But the fact that the boxes and the window are back on this, you can actually take a look at the face before you purchase it, which thankfully is a good thing. But I like this. This is a really nice upgrade. They didn't highlight her best feature, though, on this figure, if you know what I'm talking about. But it is a great figure. It is a great representation of Hera from the show in live action, and I'm very happy to have this. Here's Hera side by side with her cartoon counterpart, and yeah, I really like the upgrade on this. I think it looks a lot better. I loved the previous version, but I really like the live action look. I also have, oh, as I drop it, I also have this bag that came with Tunnel Rat. And I'm going to give it to Hera. I had it on Sabine, but I did get a custom poncho to put over Sabine, so this doesn't really fit. So I'm going to give it to Hera because she does have like a satchel bag that she wears in the show. So I'm going to give that to her since they couldn't include that in with her. And now I think it's a nice touch. It would have been nice to get the Calicori as well. The only way you could previously get the Calicori was in the Thrawn box set, which I have from San Diego Comic-Con. They did include it with the HasLab, I believe, and maybe even the single version of Hera that they showed off. So it would have been a nice touch since the mold's already there, it's done. You could have threw the Calicori in here. It would have been a nice accessory, especially being that the first one never came with it, but they didn't. So that's my only gripe with this, lacking a few accessories. That would have been a nice touch, but I really like the figure overall. Another one I was really excited to get was Huyang. I'm sure he was probably most people's favorite character out of the show. David Tennant did a phenomenal job, but there is one issue with this figure. It is not the right paint scheme at all. So this is the paint scheme that he appeared in Clone Wars. The Ahsoka show, he's a lot more chrome, he's a lot more shiny. This is very dull and plain, like we get a lot with the droids. I wish they could find some way to get the metallic shine and wash on these figures to make them really look like droids. Overall, it's cool. He comes with that training saber from Sabine and his data pad, and he's also got the hands that flip off his backpack on the back. I probably will need to repaint another one of these, though, for the Ahsoka series, and then put this one with the Clone Wars display. So, cool figure. Might be able to wait this one out on clearance. I don't know how sought after he's going to be. Like I said, not really much with him. He's cool. He'll just stand there on your shelf and look cool. But yeah, the color scheme is completely off. And last but not least, we got Viszla. Now, while I am happy to finally get him in Black Series, there's just something off about this figure. Number one, the fact that they use this old mold. This mold should not be used anymore. We have new Mandalorian molds. I get it's supposed to be a little bulky armor and stuff like that, but there's ways to use that new body instead of using this crap one. As many of you know, this is super heavy, top heavy, and always falls over. So no matter what Mando you have on this body, it is always trash. Jango, the Mandalorian, the Maldalorians, and the Death Watch that was previously released from the Walmart exclusive. They're just, this body's outdated, old, bulky. it's not the greatest. This would be another one that I would probably tell you to hold off and see if you can wait this one out on clearance, simply because it is on that body. Like I said, I'm happy to have him in the line, but man, there's just so much better engineering than to continue to reuse this body that everybody hates. So yeah, it's cool, but if you're not a big Clone Wars fan, if you don't really need him on your shelf, then I would probably hold off and just wait this one out on clearance. Well, that'll do it for today. Overall, I am glad to get some new characters in the line, as opposed to repaint after repaint after repaint after repaint that they keep seeming to show us. Like I said, there's a lot of inaccuracies with this. It could be because of the early photos they got. Marrok would be an awesome figure if they got the paint scheme right. I love Hera. I think the Hera figure is really awesome, and I really like the Grievous. Huyang, like I said, I would have liked a more accurate color scheme on him, and maybe just a little bit more. Again, satchel, something. They all pretty much had a satchel on Ahsoka, so like that's a no-brainer, especially when you have it already made from the Indiana Jones line. It's an easy thing to throw in. Pre-Viszla, again, in my opinion, I would wait that one out. That body is just so awful. I really hate that they use that body again when they have access to all of these other Mandalorian molds. But overall, I like the wave. Like I said, I'm happy to get new figures. I just wish that they'd take a little bit more time and care with some of the stuff, as well as some of the accessories and world building, because that's important, especially when the price of these figures keep going up. We should be getting more for our money, especially when you're looking at other lines like G.I. Joe Classifieds and even Marvel Legends. I know Marvel Legends has been skimping a little bit on some of the hands and alternate heads, but at least they're still giving you stuff with the figures. Some of the last wave of the Ahsoka stuff didn't come with anything, so it would be nice just to include some other little things with this. But let me know in the comments what you guys think, and thank you so much for taking time to check out the video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, may the Force be with you. This is The Wave.
We would be honored if you would join us.